Hi, my name's Simon and I'm the coordinator of YouthTube. Now, YouthTube is a series of events and programs which have one thing in common. They're made by and feature the young people that live here on the Costa Blanca. They're about your experiences, your concerns, all about your life here, which will hopefully help other families that are already here or who may be thinking of coming to the Costa Blanca. If you'd like more information, well, there are lots of ways that you can get in contact. You can keep watching Viva TV for one thing. You can also email me, simon@vivatv.es, or have a look at our website. We'll be posting lots of information on there as well, vivatv.es. Or check out the Round Town News. They've been very supportive and have in fact nominated someone to be their own YouthTube correspondent. So check out the RTN as well. Coming up, we've got our first programme, which features 3 young people. We invited them into the studio and asked them a few questions. Questions such as, how did you feel when your parents told you you were first moving to Spain? Your first few days in Spain, what was that like? And your first few days at school as well, how was that for you? And also looking ahead to the future, will you still be here in 5 years' time? Where will you be? Still in Spain, back in the UK, or indeed somewhere else in the world? So sit back, relax, have a look at the programme, and hopefully it'll encourage you to get involved.
Right. What were your first thoughts when your parents told you that you were all going to move to Spain?
First thoughts were just excited because I had a rough time at school in England, so I thought a new start.
Really?
Yeah.
That's totally different to me. I was just like horrified. I didn't want to move at all. I was totally distraught. But my sister, she was 8 and she was really excited about it. But I was 14 when I moved here, and I'm 18 now, so I've been here 4 years. How long have you lived here?
I've lived here for 10.
Have you really? Oh my God.
I've lived here 6
Really?
years. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was completely, I couldn't stop crying, but my mum and dad just said, it'd be a better life for you, and basically moving to Spain, I'll be able to go to a private English school. So we came out here first because we already had our villa here for 2 years. So it was always a holiday home, but then we came out here and we looked around at the schools, and I was happy in the end because I knew I could do my GCSEs in English and everything, and not go to Spanish school because I didn't want to get Spanish qualifications because I didn't intend on staying in Spain. But do you intend on staying in Spain?
Thinking of going to university in England, but
Yeah.
apart from that, I'm staying here.
Yeah. How about you?
I was going to go back not long ago, but I didn't in the end.
All right. What part of
Manchester.
Manchester? I remember when I started school and my first day I was just sat there and I didn't know what to do. But you soon have to open your mouth because you're forced to at the end of the day. You can't just sit there and do nothing. But I think you do fit in eventually.
Yeah.
How did you fit in? Did you fit in quite well?
Yeah. I got loads of Spanish friends, so...
So you've picked up the language?
Yeah.
That's good. Have you picked up Spanish?
The first, people that I was with at school were English, but then slowly catching up the language, I could talk to Spanish people.
So you're fluent now?
I wouldn't say I'm fluent, but yeah, I can speak Spanish.
Tell us about your experiences, good and bad, of going to school in Spain.
Oh. For me, I made quite a lot of friends straight away. My mum and dad expected me not to settle in as fast as I did because I was horrified about moving. So for me, it was like a big shock anyway. And my sister, she was happy about coming, but she went to Spanish school originally because they thought she's younger, so she'll be able to fit into it easily because she weren't old enough to realise I've got to get my qualifications and stuff. But I came across this one person that I didn't really like in my school, but he ended up moving anyway back to England, so I had a bit of a bad experience at the time, but it got sorted out in the end.
Bad experience for me was just learn the language because it took time to learn the language, and people speaking a different language and you're not understanding what they're saying. It's like
bit baffled.
Yeah. Good experiences was, English people there helping me out. Like they first days were they were having to translate for me.
Yeah.
But that helped. My dad did Spanish in college.
Oh, really? That must have helped.
Yeah, so he taught me a bit. So.
Yeah. I didn't really have that problem because I went to an English school straight away, so I think I would have picked up the language a lot more if I'd gone to Spanish school. That's why I'd recommend anyone now coming to Spain just to go to Spanish school for the first few years, pick up the language,
Yeah.
so you've got it in your back pocket to take with you through life, and then go and get your qualifications and stuff.
Well, I left last year
Was there any reason for that, or just
because
you'd
I
finished?
just wasn't learning,
Really? Oh,
and I was getting distracted a lot as well.
yeah.
But the teachers, they explain it once, then that's it.
Really?
So it was like...
Did your parents not go in and have a word with them, or?
I think, yeah, they tried, but
Yeah.
it was just...
I suppose language barriers kind of makes it difficult, doesn't it? And the thought of you being English, or it might aggravate them a bit, and they might not want to give you the answers that they can. And
I learnt a lot from school anyway.
yeah, well, that's good.
Tell us about your first few days in Spain. How different was it from your life in England?
Oh,
Well, I don't exactly remember,
really?
because I was really young.
So long ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't. It's very vague for me as well. But I remember when I first moved to Spain, everything was like a party because it was new. Like, even though it was upsetting for me to leave all my friends behind, and I had a boyfriend in England, and that was difficult. But it was still the thought of being in Spain, living the summer party life, and everybody back at home was kind of jealous in a little way, and it was really good. Like, but then it's not always what it seems. Like, living the dream, as they say. Like, it's not always like that. Like, when reality kicks in, it's not always about the beaches, and you kind of get bored of that in the end.
Yeah.
But I remember I did take advantage. I was always at the beach, and I was always in the pool and go-karting a lot. And the one thing I do miss is shopping. I have to get all my clothes online because I don't really like the Spanish clothes that much.
England was tough because at school, didn't have a very good time at school in
Yeah.
England, but so here was like a new start.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy it here.
So you was quite happy to...
Yeah, I was. My brother, he was a bit young to understand. I think he was about 4, I think, when he moved here.
Yeah, so you didn't really know.
No, I think he was younger because he never went to school in England.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, he just went to Spanish school. But life here is different from England.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
completely different.
Like, teachers are so much laid back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something I found as well. Like, normally you don't have to call the teachers by their surname. It's just their first name, which I found really... At the start, I loved it because I just thought it's like a little family. Like, the school I go to, it's really small, and everybody like kind of interacts. You know everybody's business, which can be a problem. But no, it is a lot more relaxed. And college now, we don't have to wear uniform. We just go in there. We have respect. Everybody has respect for each other, and it's because it's small. Everybody is like a little happy family. So it's really good. But I just think the whole Spain, the way of life, the way everybody lives in Spain, I think it's so much more relaxed compared to England. Like, it just seems really narrow in England, and rules. And I remember in my old school in England, there was so many rules, and everything was so strict, especially to do with the uniform. It was a nightmare. How have you all changed as a family since moving here?
Well, my stepdad left.
How did it? What, when you first came
Well,
here? Or?
no, a couple of years living here.
Yeah.
He went back to live, and we stayed here. So
Right.
it was a bit.
So you all kind of broke away a little bit.
And my big sister went back as well.
I suppose that was difficult, wasn't it? Did you all stay in contact? Like, are you still strong, or
No.
no? So as a family, it's changed for
Yeah.
the worse, not really for the good.
Yeah.
Well, my nan comes over a lot,
All right.
and every year I go back to England for summer.
That's good.
But I don't. If I'd never went to England, I don't think I would have settled properly. Because
Yeah.
seeing family is like quite important. Because when
It is very important.
when I lived in England, I used to see my family like all the time, but now it's just
Yeah.
very rare.
Exactly the same as me. Like, my grandparents used to come over every Sunday, and I used to really look forward to it. And they used to bring me around like a little goodie bag. And now I don't get any of that. I don't see them often. Like, I only see them when they come to Spain, which is very rare because my nan doesn't really like travelling. But then I had my other grandparents move over here as well, which I was really happy for. Like, because I had a family here, it didn't feel as bad. I didn't feel like I was on my own. Because even though you're with your parents, you do like to have other relatives around you. It's just like a security thing. But and then I had my nan when she moved next door to me, so that was brilliant. Like, I was so happy. Do you go back often?
Yeah, quite a lot. Go about twice a year.
Oh.
But big gaps in between,
Yeah.
like half a year in between, which is, you know, but, you know, like, thanks to the internet, you can talk to family.
Contact, through Facebook and email, Skype as well, it's good.
Mm.
But yeah, there are a lot more ways now of communicating with people. Like, I used to send a lot of letters to my nan and granddad back in England, and I don't do that anymore. I normally just speak through the telephone and ring them every day. And
If you had remained in England, how differently do you think life would have turned out?
I think it would be very different to now. Well, I know from moving to Spain, like, I managed to get my moped licence from moving here. I don't think I would have achieved that if I was in England, because it's very difficult, and I'm halfway through the middle to get my driving licence as well at the moment. I've passed my theory, I've had 11 practical lessons, and I think it's not easy, but I say it's a lot more achievable, like, because even though you've got that language barrier, there's still a lot more they don't expect from you, like, whereas if you're in England, it's meant to be really, really strict. So I'm happy for that as well, and I've had a lot of experience with writing. Like, I've written for a lot of magazines, newspapers, that sort of thing, because I love writing. English is something I've got a passion for, and I don't think I would have had the opportunities if I was in England, because I think it's a lot more harder to get into those sort of industries.
Yeah. I do enjoy photography.
You do.
But, like you said, I don't think, if I lived in England, I don't think I would have been able to...
Had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah. Also, I don't know, because my cousins are like, some of them are older than me, so I felt a bit left out. But then, but now I've got younger cousins now. But living here, I think it has changed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a good decision by your parents to bring you to Spain?
Yeah, because, like I said, I had a tough time at school. So that changed me, because living here was a big change for me.
Yeah.
And I like living here now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it's changed me a lot, and I think it was a good decision.
Yeah, it's definitely changed me.
It only took me like a year to get used to it, so, because I was young and
Yeah, that's
I went
true.
straight into school and got so many friends, so I was just happy.
Yeah. When I go back to England now and I do see my friends back there, and I feel like my accent's changed a lot. I don't know if you've noticed. Like, you hear your friends from where you're from and you think, oh my God, like, it sounds crazy, but you think I would be speaking like that if I was there. And now I just, like, people don't know where I'm from normally, because I sound so diverse, like, from different places. I think as well, the food back in England is a lot nicer. I don't know if you agree.
I do. But since my family's English, we always have an English food, because apart from my dad, he cooks a lot of Spanish food from books and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. I
Don't
just
really
eat I just eat what's ever on my plate. Yeah, I do like trying new things though.
Yeah,
food
it is
and
exciting.
stuff.
Yeah, because we've got an insight now to how the Spanish live, what they eat, what their culture's like.
Yeah.
And I do think it's a lot of a less stressful lifestyle compared to the British. Like, you get up early, go to work. The Spanish are more laid back. Do you know, it's just totally different.
If you could change one thing about living in Spain, what would it be?
Family coming over. I miss a lot of time spent with family. Yeah, family, and that's about it really.
Yeah.
I just want to see more time with my family.
It is difficult.
I would have liked to just be able to study more at school.
Yeah.
Be able to stay there at school and not have to leave.
Yeah. Do you want to go on to further education at all, or is there anything you want to do to make it better? Like,
Well, with horses. But that's like quite hard because there's not a lot to do.
yeah.
But that's what I'd like to do.
What would you like to do with horses though? Like, what sort of thing?
I don't know, just like looking after them.
Yeah. So you'd like to get your own horses maybe? And
I had my own horse, but I had to sell it.
yeah.
But I'd like to like look after horses and stuff.
Yeah. So do you think that's possible, or
Well,
do you know like what you have to do if that's what you want to do? Like,
I don't know what I've got to do because it's all in England as well.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to go back for.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that's drawing you back to go to England, is to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Look ahead, say 5 years. What do you think you will be doing, and in which country? Spain, England, or somewhere else?
I know where I would like to be. I'd love to be in Australia, but then that seems very out of reach because you need a visa and everything else. I would love to go to Australia. I just think it's a different part of the world. I think they've got I think they've got the balance between English and Spanish lifestyle. I think they take on the relaxed mode, but they do work, and it is English, and you've got everything that you could want out of England and out of Spain, because you've got the beaches, and that's what I'd love. That is my dream, but I just don't see myself staying in Spain. Do you? Can you see yourself?
I can, but I think for the better I have to go back.
In 5 years, I would like to go to university in England.
Yeah.
Stay in England and see family, but some of my families came over. But either way, I'm definite that I want to do university in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to Australia, but then it's just hard, isn't it? And I want to see America as well.
I've been to America.
Have you? Is it good?
Yeah, I was young though.
So you don't really remember much of it? Have you ever gone
No,
to Australia?
I went to Greece when I was little, and that was about it. I've only been to Spain, Greece, here.
That's something I do miss, going on holiday, because your parents get in their head, oh, we're in a foreign country, you don't need to go on holiday anymore. But I'd love to.
Yeah, I did.
But I haven't since.
Yeah, I did come here a lot for holiday.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why we moved there.
That's exactly the same as me.
Yeah.
It just we got into the habit of always coming out here. Every time we broke up from school in England, we always saw here as a place to come, to escape, have a nice few weeks, and it was cheap. It is cheap, really, to live in Spain. And then we just kind of got so used to it that my parents were like, we might as well move here. And for me, I was just like, oh, well, I'm happy just to come on holiday. I don't really want to be here all the time. And because at the time where the villa, because we'd bought it, it's a holiday home. But as we moved here and the years went on, we modernised it, and now it's like an English home. It's nice. It's good.
Well, that was our first programme, and thank you to Gemma, Shannon and Patrick. Hopefully it's encouraged you to get involved. We'd love to hear from you. All you have to do is email me here at Viva TV. My email address is simon@vivatv.es. It's probably at the bottom of the screen right now.